answer. Entry 6. Apparently there's 10 days. Also, I heard Luke's in this, and Hannah, maybe. Or Luke is in this, though. Ashton and I almost fought today, and it was all my fault. It all started when Ashton suddenly stopped talking to me. What? He wasn't spoken to me for days, and I worried myself to death. Wondered if I did something wrong, and why he was suddenly shutting me out. I had a hard time eating and sleeping. Now that I'm writing this, I think it's because Ashton's my only friend. So the thought of losing him frightened me to no end. I ended up being clingy and selfish. Wow, I mean, you know, I'm pretty clingy too, man, and selfish. Pretty clingy and selfish, it's okay. It's human emotions. Especially after I realized that he was actually more than just a friend to me. Ooh, bruh, she's like 12. I'm just kidding. Did he notice my feelings for him? Was that the reason why he's wanting me? No, that's not the reason. Not knowing the answers to my questions were killing me, and my stomach churned at the thought that Ashton didn't want to be my friend anymore. No, that's not it. That's just like one fight or whatever. He'll get over it. Maybe he has a lot on his mind. Who knows? It took me a while to ask him because even though I said I wanted answers, I was also afraid to know what they were. I called his house thrice, but nobody answered. When I got back from the library later this afternoon, I noticed him sitting at his desk, head buried in his arms, like as if he was sleeping. He was the only one in the room. He must have felt me staring at him, because he suddenly raised his head, and for a second his eyes were locked into mine. I was startled, and I immediately looked away, blushing. I clenched my hands and bit my lip in a desperate attempt to compose myself. After breathing deeply, I approached him, but he turned his head away and looked to the opposite direction. Huh. Maybe it has to do with the fact that you're friends with him, and now he's just like, you know, being a stubborn butthead. I don't know. Ashton, I said, but he didn't answer. Ashton, I repeated louder this time. What? He finally answered, irritated. Are you mad at me? No. Then why are you avoiding me? He just shook his head. Leave me alone. No. My answer made Ashton snap. What do you want from me? I was taken aback by his outburst. This was the first time I'd seen him this upset. But I wasn't leaving until he talked to me. I want you, I yelled. But as soon as I did, Ashton and I were both surprised by the words that came from my mouth. I mean, I want you to talk to me. I hesitantly retracted, and my face was hot from the embarrassment. I don't really feel like talking to anyone, Ashton responded in a cold manner. So go away. I think you should really give him space and just wait. You know, if he says he wants to be alone, then leave him alone. But then again, I think setting him straight would just make him more mad. Just give him space. If he says he wants to be left alone, then leave him alone. You know? I understand how she feels, but still, if you say set him straight, that basically means, you know, you're not gonna leave him alone. You're just gonna, like, she's just gonna be very blunt. Damn. I don't know. I'd give the boy some space. Come on. Oh, so that happened. I gave him the space like he wanted. Fine. Be this way. You're not the only one who's upset. You know, I'm just worried about you, right? When you're feeling better, come talk to me, I said. I turned to leave, but Ashton grabbed my hand, let out a heavy sigh. I'm sorry for yelling at you, Rebecca. I'm not mad at you, and I'm certainly not avoiding you. Sorry if it seemed that way. I'm just dealing with a lot of grief lately. Truth is, my parents are getting a divorce. Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay. I remember now, since, you know, I've already seen the letter. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. Ashton was going through such a hard time, and here I was, being insensitive and selfish about his plight, thinking it was all about me. See, if you tell him, hey, I'll come talk to me whenever you want to. I'm gonna leave you alone for now. That kind of thing really helps a lot. It was all about me. I hated myself. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. What happened? Ashton simply shrugged. Things I don't know. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding, Maybe you should talk to them. They love you. I'm sure they'll listen. I was doing my best to cheer him up, but in the end, he seemed uncomfortable with what I said because he answered me coldly. My mother's moving back to Japan. Oh, so his mother's the Japanese woman, I was speechless. Are you leaving with her? No, I'll be staying with my dad. I was relieved to know he wasn't leaving. I didn't know what else I could say to him. I felt like my mouth was drying up. For a minute, there I was. That he would just leave. I'm sorry, Ashton, was all I could muster. Don't be, it isn't your fault. I should have told you sooner. I'm sorry for worrying you. He gave me a broken smile, and I could tell that he was struggling to stay strong. Emotion suddenly overcame me. Before I could think, I found myself hugging Ashton. It's okay. Just let it all out. I promise I won't leave you. I hugged him tighter, like as if I was going to ever let him go. Ashton was surprised at first, but after a moment, his body started trembling. Then he was sobbing. He stayed like this for a few more moments, before Ashton finally pulled away. I guess moments, I don't know. The slightest of smiles appeared on his lips as he wiped away the tears. Thank you, Becca. I'm really glad you're here. Yes, top-notch voice acting for Ashton. And then everyone in the comments is like, oh, ship them, and I'm just like standing here, nah. I'm still mad about it. I'd ship. I'd rather ship him with Isabella, but I felt happy when I heard those words. You're welcome, Ashton. And hey, you called me Becca. Yeah, and he will from now on. Am I the only one who calls you that? My parents as well, and now you. We were silent for a few moments. Hey, Becca, maybe you could be my family. What? My friends. I'll treat them as my family and cherish them as such. What? Hey, Becca, maybe you could be my family? My friends, I'll treat them as my family and cherish them as such. Oh, okay, he means, okay, I get what he meant. I was like, what? I don't know how to respond. I wanted Ashton to see me as something more than a friend or family, just like how I see him. This is what he needed, and I made a promise that I'd be there for him no matter what. Whatever you need, Ashton. I smiled. I'll be whatever you need me to be. Where's Luke, though? I wanna voice Luke. Young Luke. My homie. I'm just kidding. I don't like talking like that. It's whatever.